Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Codex podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Sonny Kruger. Joining me today, as usual, are my co-hosts, Jamie Wojcik and Tim Morse.
Over there.
Hello, you beautiful, magical people out there in Twitch and YouTube land, and the two lovely gentlemen sitting right next to me. Welcome to 2023.
That is right. Goodbye, 2022. Hello, 2023. And Jamie, you were going to say something.
No, I was gonna say hi. Everyone took my intro, so I was just like, "New year, kicking Jamie out." Sounds like a plan to me.
Don't worry, we're keeping you here. Just like, earlier we had a nice pre-show where we were making fun of somebody who commented on one of our videos, but they deserve to be made fun of.
Yes, very much
Yeah.
so.
Have
But
you
then
ever
too-
met somebody that made your head just hurt? This is that person.
Yeah.
Today I did in comment form.
Yes. But everybody, we got a lot going on. Like I said, we are into 2023. And since we did not have a regular episode for the past few weeks, there's a lot of comic news. And I will start it off with the rundown. I will quickly go over everything. Then we'll discuss. As usual, we'll have another F list. And today, the Hypno Hustler joins the F list. Then we will have another round of Do You Know? And our first review of this year will be God Country. So let's get started with the rundown. I will start us off. And first, we saw the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse trailer that is set to come out June 2nd of this year. We found out that Jeremy Renner had a bad accident, and he, on New Year's Day, he was trying to save somebody with his snowplow, a neighbor, and then his over 14,000-pound snowplow fell onto him. And he's recovering right now. There's a lot of rumors saying, he'll never walk the same. Some people are trying to say he'll never walk, but we're getting a lot of reports that he is doing a lot better. He is recovering, so we wish him a speedy recovery. And speaking of recovering, DC is trying to recover from a year that did not go so well for them at the box office, and James Gunn is doing a lot of new things, and we heard
I want to
big news.
scream that Britney thing where it's like, "Leave Britney alone, but leave DC alone."
We're trying not to put them down because we do love DC. But yes, a lot of big talk was that Henry Cavill is no longer going to play Superman, and James Gunn is writing a new Superman, but without our former Man of Steel. We found out that Rob Liefeld is going to make Deadpool Badder Blood. Seems very excited to see the sequel of Rob Liefeld's 2017 Deadpool Bad Blood. And then we found out that Aftershock Comics has filed the Chapter 11 for bankruptcy. As we know, some comic companies have come back from filing for bankruptcy, like Marvel, but many others have not. We also heard some news from HBO Max that the Green Lantern series was canceled, but that was debunked by Andy Babak. And then we saw a sneak peek to the animated series of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, which is set to come out February 10th. And finally, earlier today, we got to see the second trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, and that is set to come out February 17th. Now, guys,
And the funniest part about this is that with your Quantumania thing, it says Ant-Man and Wasp, a Quanta Mania.
I'm looking at that now.
Like it's like I'm like, is this like Namor's version of Quantumania, like Aqua?
Now I
Really
really want to see the movie.
In my written notes, I have it written the same way. A Quantumania.
That's wonderful.
I don't know, but your mind is set to one thing. There we go. At least I said it right. At least I said Quantumania.
Oh my god! What a way to kick off the new year.
So there you go.
Awesome.
Welcome to 2023.
We're still making the same mistakes from last year.
Yes. But guys, what is something that you would like to focus on? Anything you guys want to talk about first? Or want to let me take it?
Go for
Jamie
it.
or Tim?
Go ahead, Sonny.
I'll start us off and talk about Rob Liefeld's Deadpool Badder Blood. Now, like I said, this is set to be the sequel to his 2017 Deadpool Bad Blood. But this is set to be an ongoing series. And this will feature Deadpool teaming up with Spider-Man, Wolverine, Cable. And in that Bad Blood series, he took on a new villain called Thumper. And Thumper is returning for this series. But it is also said that Rob Liefeld will be introducing us to some new characters. Some of their names are Killville,
Of course.
Arcada,
Yeah.
Shatterstorm, and this is set to come out in June 2023. And he's always pretty interesting when Rob Liefeld is coming out with new characters because, let's give him credit. He did make Deadpool and Cable, but then there are other characters.
He's been riding
like
that
God.
wave for 30
Yes.
years.
It's the only wave he can ride.
So
And hopefully the wave is high enough because he can't do the feet.
Holy cow.
we covered the feet. Don't worry about that. But I think out of those new characters, I think Killville is the one who sounds the most interesting.
Only because it sounds like Smallville.
Is
A
Shatters-
Smallville type character with Killville, huge muscles, about 20 pockets per arm.
And he's in love with
Yeah.
someone named Lana.
Is Shatterstorm in any way related to Shatterstar?
I'm gonna guess.
It's his evil twin brother.
Yeah.
There you go. All done.
Shatterstar, but he shoots clouds out
Wow. Wonderful.
from his sword.
So he's Fantastic Four Galactus?
Pretty much, yeah. Oh man. Hey, maybe that'll
What
be
an original
Arcada.
idea.
Yeah, that should be interesting in June.
I have
most
zero
interesting just to hear
interest
about
in
those
this.
characters. I just want to know what those characters look like. That's the
No,
most
I
thing.
definitely want
about.
to see the mock-up drafts of those because
Oh
I'm
my god.
so excited for that.
Yeah, so when I found it, I'm like, the comic itself might not be something that we're all going to be too excited
No.
about, but I'm like, I think this will definitely bring up an interesting conversation. It's always fun to talk about Liefeld's characters, the feet, the pockets,
Yeah.
the huge muscles, the characters like Prophet and now Killville. Yeah.
I'll pass on this one.
Yeah, I think I might too.
Who knows? Maybe there'll be some F-listers.
Oh my god.
What
Yeah,
do you guys
but-
think about any series
You know,
that are going to come out or not going to come out?
there's a lot of problems in life right now with DC, and I'm happy to say one of them is not true, and that is the Green Lantern series being canceled on HBO Max. There's so many things being said about it ever since the whole James Gunn thing with Henry Cavill. Everyone's like kind of speculating on what's going to happen next. Like they literally said that, oh, now the HBO Max series isn't going to have Alan Scott or what do you
Hal
call it?
Jordan.
Guy Gardner. No, Guy
Oh.
Gardner,
Yeah.
because they
Oh.
casted him. And I'm like, why? And then they're like, oh, never mind, it's just canceled. And then they're like, let's take a step back. Nothing's canceled. It's still going on because it's supposed to lead into a movie that helps set up, the new DCEU with this young cast, which they're trying to create so that way they have 10 plus years of growth with these characters,
Yeah.
and to sit there and say, yeah, it's done, and then literally have Andy Bach come out or Babak come out and be like, who told you this?
Well, James Gunn even tweeted, he's like, Variety's got this completely wrong. Whatever
yeah.
source they're using, they need to find a better source. 'cause
Like,
it's
the whole-
not true.
The whole Henry Cavill thing kind of did come out of left field, and I'll let you get to that one later.
Mhm.
But this is something that was set in stone, and they never even mentioned. Like, there was no talk about it being canceled beforehand. There's no, like, hey, breaking news, they're dropping these two actors,
Yeah.
There was nothing like that. And then all of a sudden, they're just like, hey, we found out. Well, who's your source?
Right?
You know-
Trusted,
Oh, it's somebody. Don't worry.
sources,
Trust
yeah.
me. Bro.
Was it Bleeding Cool? Like,
It was Super Pro. That's who it was.
Super Bro?
Su-
Got it.
Super Sir.
I'm excited for it still. I'm hoping it leads us into what we are gonna see as the new Justice League coming forward. I already like the mock lineup that they have for who they want in Justice League, and one person that I want to see. I'm sorry, guys, I'm gonna say it here. They have Jensen Ackles pegged as Batman, and I want that so bad.
Nothing's confirmed,
I've
though,
been hearing,
right?
I've been hearing
No.
rumors about
No.
that.
Yeah, but that's the one I want. Speaking of rumors, though, if you guys have not seen every rumor for Secret Wars that they've come out with in the past 24 hours, like they literally, like the Maytag Man is set to appear in Secret Wars.
Oh my god.
Like,
Oh, wow. I've been
it's like-
ignoring.
it's literally the same thing from Spider-Man No Way Home. It is everything and everyone. So
Yep.
I'm I'm here for the ride.
Yeah.
That won't come out for years too. So making all the rumors and stuff.
Yeah. But Tim, with that being said, what's going on with the whole James Gunn Henry Cavill deal?
Yeah, so let's carry that DC conversation forward. So with James Gunn writing Superman, a new Superman movie without Henry Cavill, guys, if you had any holdouts that Henry Cavill was going to stick around, you were wasting your time, whether you thought you were or you weren't. I pretty much knew when James Gunn and Peter Safran came in to take over DC Universe that a complete restructure, a near board wipe was going to take place. And everybody, a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people, a lot of very loud people were stomping their fists and their feet and all that stuff, proclaiming that certain things needed to be left alone. They couldn't be touched, this, that, and everything else. Well, guess what? Everybody's fired. New movies are being written. Certain things that were already forward in motion, like Blue Beetle and Aquaman 2 and Shazam Fury of the Gods, are still going forward. The Flash,
Somehow.
Yeah, how has Ezra Miller not been thrown out yet?
Those things are still
he's in-
happening.
Real fast, I did read an article that Warner Brothers did say that since he's in a mental health facility, that they're going to support him and give him a chance once he's out.
Yep. I got my own personal opinions about that. But anyways, guys, we knew this was coming. Henry Cavill coming in on a gentleman's contract, a handshake to do a 30-second cameo spot in Black Adam. We knew that wasn't going to last. And as soon as things started happening and falling apart with Wonder Woman 3, it was just all from there. The thing that I have to say about the new Superman, I love the fact that it's not going to be an origin story. We all know Superman's origin. I'm very happy with the fact that he's going to be in Metropolis. He's going to be a starting journalist, and he's going to meet everybody that's going to be important to him in his personal life, along with other characters and things like that too. I am not worried about James Gunn writing and directing. I am not worried about James Gunn and Peter Safran taking the helm for DC Universe. I'm very excited to see what they're going to do. And I love the fact that nearly every rumor that is thrown out as complete and total truth, he is dispelling faster than a tweet. And I enjoy watching that, and I enjoy people losing their minds over stupid things like that. Guys, nobody knows anything except for James Gunn, Peter Safran, and the dude that bought Warner Brothers. Anybody that says they know anything is complete and total full of themselves. They're incorrect. They're lying to you. Just sit back and wait. He's going to release all the information in a week or so anyways, and then we'll know
here he has like the 5-year plan that he's gonna be showing off.
Yep, the 3-year, the 8-year, the 3-year, the 5-year, the 10-year plan. They've got the whole Bible written out and all that stuff. I'm excited. I can't wait. Just sit back, relax, and just let the man do his job.
Yeah. The one thing I will say though, not to be against you in any way, but when the whole Henry Cavill thing happened, he literally dropped everything.
Oh, I know.
That he was working on because he believed he was coming back.
And
The Witcher was his pride and joy.
I think there's more to that than you and I know, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, rumor mill coming on, Tim?
Uh-oh, possibly.
It reminds me real quick. It just came to me with like DC and people getting fired and things like that. It reminds me almost like a Royal Rumble match in wrestling when this wrestler's getting out and that one, and somehow Ezra Miller has been thrown over the ropes, but
he's still hanging on
one
from the other side.
One
like
hand.
Shawn Michaels way back in the day.
There you go. Somehow Ezra Miller is.
We thought he was gone, but he's not.
Right.
No, but yeah, that's what I got to say about that.
Yeah, it was just the restructuring that whole thing, and even like with Jason Momoa, James Gunn like posted a Boss Logic artwork of him as Lobo.
People are losing their minds, and I think he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Throwing up stuff like that. Here, let him feast on this. I'm gonna just post a picture of all the characters from Kingdom Come.
Yeah, right.
On the Justice League table. Oh my God, he's doing Kingdom Come. Nowhere did he say that.
Yeah, he's just these are the melding of the minds, is what he said.
Yeah. Oh, do you see the Grant Morrison Batman he's reading in the background? What's that mean? That doesn't mean
Yeah.
anything. It just means he likes the stories and he's
It
reading.
means it's on his coffee table and he's trying to catch up.
Right. Yeah.
It means
Sonny,
he
you got
jumped to
any?
DC and needs to learn.
Yes. Sonny, you got anything else?
Pretty much there. That we pretty much covered everything.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad with how we got through the rundown.
Well,
were
there's
not
one
starting
more
to
thing I want
rock.
to talk about. I have a
Yeah,
rant.
Sure. Okay. Go ahead. with
And
your
it's the
rant.
Ant-Man and Wasp, not a Quantumania, but Quantumania. The second trailer.
I know
It
where
looked
this is going.
amazing. I think it's gonna be great. I think King looks like good for the comic accuracy on what they're doing. But can we talk about MODOK for a minute?
Yes.
You saw his face for all of like a second and a half.
I don't care.
There's
That's all I
people
needed.
talking,
That's all I needed to hate it. Like, one of our proud and few, Tone got on and posted, and he's like, "Oh my god, MODOK," and I was like, this made me not want to see this movie.
I did see.
I was like, this is not. This makes me like want to turn around and run away from it, because if he's primary in there, I might cry. He looks like General King from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes. Very
That is
Like,
much
the
so.
little brain that goes like in
Yeah.
the guy's stomach, right? Yeah.
That's exactly it. That's what he looks like, except all metal.
I see what you're saying.
I thought he looked good. The battle version, when they showed him in whatever action sequence it was, I thought that looked cool. And the one scene where they're all walking up to the edge of that cliff or whatever, where you see his actual face, I thought that looked okay. I'm not disappointed. I'm not dissatisfied. I love the fact that MODOK's in there, and I want to know why he's in the quantum realm. So,
Yeah, for me, the one thing I don't, the trailer looked great, but when I was watching it, I'm like, I feel like I've seen almost the whole movie already.
Yeah.
Just the very end. I feel like, with the first trailer and then especially the second one, I'm like, I feel like they've literally taken us all the way until the last 10 minutes.
I love the line though where Scott Lang said, "I don't have to win. We just both have to lose."
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a good fight. I mean, we've seen quite a bit of the fight in the trailer, but
Yeah.
I hope there's a lot more to it. But yeah, so because it does look like it's going to be a great movie.
Well, this is
And then watch, you're gonna be like, this is gonna be a 4-hour and 10-minute movie.
it's the longest
And Sonny-
Ant-Man movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
with
well,
2.5 hours.
How do you?
Yes, yeah.
It's like, I want to know how you're sitting there at Marvel and being like, how do we kick off this new phase? Ant-Man.
Done.
Like, just say, I don't have to win, but both of us have to lose. Like, and that'll sell arenas.
Yeah.
It's like, really?
I think
Got
this would
me
be the best
sold.
of the Ant-Man movies, though.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, I think that it's gonna be one of the better movies that Marvel's gonna put out, because we already know Ant-Man is a slapstick kind of character,
Mhm.
and those one-liners are useful there. So I can get behind that. I can't get behind a serious character and be like, oh, it's a slapstick movie. Like, there's a bunch of one-liners in here. So I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
But you know what also I'm ready for?
What is that?
Okay, there's a list. It's not the list of Jericho.
Is it the A tier?
No, and it's not even like the
D.
Z.
Is it
Why would you pick that one? Okay, but
like mid card?
God, how do you do the alphabet again? Can A, B, C, D, E, F list?
There it
There
is.
we go.
It is time for the F list. And today we are adding the Hypno Hustler, Antoine Delson, to the F list. And look at that, Tim has it. And there we go. You see
Right
him
there.
Is it graded?
No, not yet.
Tim, hang on to that, because there's a lot of talk about it.
That's my retirement right there, guys.
Yeah, the Hypno Hustler. James, do you have any more of those picks to show us as I pull up a little bit of
my
history? Look at that.
God.
The Hypno Hustler and his Mercy Killers.
That's so gorgeous. I love that guitar.
And look at that hair, that afro he's got.
Oh, there's
going on.
more.
There you go. Super funk.
Okay, so this is the part of the show where Jamie guesses what this character does.
Yes. Jamie.
This is a new segment we're starting. They bring up the F list. I do no research, and we're gonna figure it out.
I
Jamie,
did
look at
enough
this
research
character.
to have it. So
Give me a minute. I'm looking at the photo. So by day, this man is homeless. But by night, he is a superhero pimp that turned to the wrong side. And instead of using his fists for justice, he uses them for funk.
Well, they use them for justice. Jamie, ready for me to tell you a little bit about
I
Hypno
once
Hustler
was
for
a
real?
random disco dancer. Now I'm a hypno hustler.
Yeah.
Oh
He
my
He
God.
started off.
It doesn't matter, Sonny. Whatever it was, Jamie's is correct.
I used to want to be John Travolta till I saw my skin complexion.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Guys, the Hypno Hustler is a musician / a professional criminal.
So he's homeless and a criminal. I got it.
I don't know much about where his home is, but he was created by Bill Mantlo and Frank Springer. But he is a villain. He's a thief. He was caught stealing, and then he eventually realized that his guitar, his hypnosis. Ready for Jamie? Some of his stuff is he has a hypnotic guitar, and it produces sound waves at a level where he can hypnotize people, along with his mercy killers.
See, I want to point out some inaccuracies here. That guitar ain't plugged into nothing, so he ain't hypnotizing nobody.
He's wireless.
Yeah, somehow with that guitar that's not plugged in, he hypnotizes audiences.
But his microphone is.
Yeah, and then he has headphones. One of those pictures might have his headphones, and it protects him from his own hypnosis. And then, like most F-listers, he has hypno boots. His boots do things too. Yeah,
Just imagine
these boots aren't made for walking.
One day he forgets to put on his headphones. Guys, I'm ready to hypnotize this crowd. Are you ready to do evil stuff? Yeah, and he hypnotizes himself. That would be amazing. I'd read that issue.
Well, I think the issue you have, right? All he had to do, I think Spider-Man literally just like knocks off his headphones, and then he's beat. And Spider-Man puts him in a web. Him and the Mercy Killers, I believe their names were, and then it pretty much takes care of the Hypno Hustler.
If the movie doesn't follow Jamie's storyline and a mixture of the origin comic book, I riot.
Marvel, call me. I got ideas.
Well, yes, I mean,
oh my God,
the Hypno Hustler, guys.
Okay, I feel like this is a new part of the segment. Is every time you guys bring up a new F-lister, I just don't do any research and I have to figure out what they do.
I'm down.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
We are all in agreement of that.
Oh God
almighty.
I can't wait to listen to this back now.
The 70s was a wild time, guys. It was wild. Lots of weird things happened back then.
Yeah. Hypnotic guitars. So now that you know about him, Jamie, a little bit of history, do you think he can make it out of the F list?
Yeah, just take my idea and run with it.
There you go. Tim, how about you? Can the Hypno Hustler ever make it out of the F list?
Well, according to eBay sold listings, he kind of sort of has, but beyond that, no.
According to eBay.
Yeah, so eBay sold listings for what is it? Spectacular Spider-Man number 24. Yeah. The last I checked, which was yesterday, I think ones were selling for $50, $54. Some were going for lower than that. But at the peak of when it was revealed that the Great Gambino, Donald Glover, whatever his name is, got the rights to the movie or is going to do the movie, whatever the case may be. I did enough research to not do any research.
As we do.
Exactly. Yeah, it was going in the triple digits, which I think is complete and utter ridiculousness. So, no, he's not making it out of the F list. No.
Guys, I actually think the Hypno Hustler can and will get out of the F list. I think if there is one person who can bring the Hypno Hustler out, it is Donald Glover. I watched this show, Atlanta, and it's really up and down. Some episodes I love, some I'm like, I really don't care for. But one thing I have to always give respect for is that he takes chances. And I'm like, if there's somebody who has the possibility,
childish Gambino.
How can you turn this into something relevant.
I feel like if you put him in a team, that's where you start.
With who though? Condiment Man?
He ain't in DC.
Oh, sorry.
No, you could put him into a team, like a villain team, like have him be one of the lackeys for I don't know, one of the rogues for Spider-Man. Like just have him be like in the background and then make him technically the mastermind because there's a plot twist in the middle where the villain you think is the villain ends up dying and the plan's still going.
If your phone's not
Because
ringing
he
from Marvel, I
hypnotized
don't know
them with
what's
his
going
guitar.
Yeah, because he hypnotized them and made them do what he wanted, and he was always the real ringleader of the whole group. But then he comes forward later, and they're like, "How did Hypno Homie do this?" Like,
Hey, my homie, there you go. He
It was
maybe
super
his brother.
fun.
just repackage him, make him like a WWE wrestler. The
There you
gimmick isn't
go.
working. Let's repackage him a little bit, call him the Hypno Homie, and we'll move forward.
Done. All right.
Well, we'll
Ticket
see
sold.
if it does happen because the movie is set to be a Sony Pictures Spider-Man movie.
And
Oh,
we know
joy.
how good
And
those
it-
are.
Yeah, Donald Glover is set to be the lead as Hypno Hustler and produce it. And it is set to be written by Miles Murphy, the son of Eddie Murphy. So we'll really see how it goes. I mean, like I said, with Donald Glover, he may be the one person who can change it and make him different. I can almost see it kind of being like almost like a Legion, where it seems like you wouldn't even think it's a superhero thing unless somebody says, "Hey, just so you know, this was a character in Spider-Man." I think they're gonna pretty much leave the other superhero stuff out of it.
Okay. All right, Sonny. We'll
I
see.
think Hypno Hustler has a chance to make it out of the F list. We'll see this year if it happens. Like you said, on eBay, he's his comic. That comic you have,
He's
Yeah.
trending.
it's going up in price.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
Hypno
worth
Hustler
more
is
than
trending.
it deserves right now.
Man.
But yeah, that leaves us with the F list. Marvel needs to call me so I can fix their
Yeah.
characters for him.
Yeah, and
Get
everybody
it
watching,
done.
if there's any F listers you'd like to see us join, if there's anybody you'd like to have us join the F list, let us know in the comments below. Each week we'll be having new F listers join. Thinking next week, guys, I may have us do Gamecock or
Why does that one
Man,
feel
welcome.
filthy?
there are many other. Yes, there's.
I have
getting
a
a list
great
ready.
background for him already.
Maybe
my
me
God.
next time.
This is my favorite category, my favorite segment of the show.
The new favorite.
And then
Yeah.
we'll,
Jamie, just by looking at him, what
Yep.
do you think? Well, do I have a story for you? And we're going to entertain the hub just a little bit with this character.
one of these days we'll even add a team.
Oh my God.
I think we know one team that definitely deserves to be on the F list.
A-Force. Wait, what?
Youngblood?
Dave, I was thinking the same thing as you.
I know. I wasn't going to be the same and be like Youngblood because we all know Tim loves them.
It's so amazing. I'm working on collecting all the issues.
We know you've already completed it long ago.
I've seen
On
your
the hunt.
CLZ.
Uh-oh.
All them slab and everything.
That's public information right
Yep.
there.
I'm going to get my Youngblood #1 slabbed with half a story.
That sounds nasty.
Yeah.
But real fast, guys, I just want to say, now that we're at the F list, do you know?
I don't think so.
Where or what?
Yeah, we're to get actual comics for a cheaper price and have them shipped fast and packaged amazing to your house. Well, if you don't, we got it for you. Stay tuned. Everyone, if you're anything like me, you love comics, but you also love a good deal. And our friends over at Heroes Corner Comics have just the deal for you. From exclusives to back issues, graded slabs, current issues, and even set up a subscription with them. And all you have to do is use the keyword codex at checkout. That's CODEX, and you will save 20% store wide. So don't miss out. And we're
Right
back.
on.
All right, check it out, guys.
Yeah, guys, they're gonna be doing pull boxes here now soon, so your subscriptions can go in a lot easier, so you can view what you're getting. There's a lot more coming from them. They're an amazing group of people. We love them. We've all bought stuff from them. Everything I've gotten so far, I can say is packaged amazing. If you guys haven't had a chance to go check out our guy Sal Rose Comic Corner. He does unboxing videos, and he had a mega haul from them, and everything was packaged pristine, ready to go. Not one issue with one of the comics he got, and I think he got over like almost a long box.
It was box full after box full.
Yeah.
Sal had issues, but not issues with the packaging.
Yes, exactly. But with that being said, go check them out. Don't miss a beat. Buy from them, 20% off store wide. That goes with the slabs, exclusives, everything you can think of. All you gotta do is use codex at checkout, like the commercial said. But without further ado, do
Just
you
that.
know?
Ah, yes,
It
I
is
do know.
Time for Do You Know?
And I'm last.
I'm first this week.
Jimmy,
First
you
of
First
the
time-
year.
Yeah, too bad you're not gonna come in first to start
I
off the
know.
year.
I'm gonna lose. I know I am. I usually do, but that's okay. It's the friends we make along the way.
We need to tally points. We're gonna do it quarter by quarter to figure out who is in the lead this year. Because every
We-
year it's like whose line is anyways. Like the game counts, but the points don't matter.
We're keeping track of points starting today. So let's go ahead and get it started with kind of a tough one, guys. So Image Comics, we know Image Comics, we love Image Comics, and there was a battle of wits with Image and what was it, Marvel, for who we thought was the best publisher of the year for the
Yes.
2020
For the Codys.
For the Codys, yes. So with that,
Yeah,
being
Marvel answer. We're correct.
yes,
A point for me and Jamie.
negative. I want you guys to really dig into your brains and see if you can name one co-founder of Image that is not Jim Lee, Todd McFarlane, or Rob Liefeld.
Say the three again.
It cannot be Jim Lee, Todd McFarlane, or Rob Liefeld. Who is one of the co-founders that is not those three?
John Romita Jr.
Oh my god. No, I'm trying to think of his name and I can't right now. Oh my god. Give me a second.
It is not
Yeah.
God, I'll tell you that.
Well, it might as well be. Can I give you a comic? Because I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Savage Dragon, Eric Larson.
Okay. Jamie, you are correct. Sonny, you are way off in the stratosphere.
Dude, I was trying to think. In my head, all I could say was dragon, dragon, dragon. It's a dragon. It's a dragon. I'm like,
So-
what is the dragon?
So the answer is Eric Larson. Jamie, you got that. Or you could have chosen Jim Valentino, Mark Silvestri, or Wiley Sportasio.
Okay.
Those are the original 7 founders of Image Comics.
All right.
All right.
No points.
Well,
I got
one
point.
for Jamie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
what-
one for
Are you-
Jamie.
Put it. Jesus, man.
Tim
I
hasn't
get a
been
point.
fired this year.
Yeah.
Sonny's answer
Either
just
that or-
kind of threw me way through a loop. John Romita Sr. What? Wait a minute. Am I wrong? No, I'm not wrong.
Okay.
All right, Sonny, go
So
ahead.
now, guys, we were talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, and we know that one of the villains will be Kang the Conqueror. So, do you know who did Kang the Conqueror make his first appearance as?
Kang the Destroyer.
Yeah, I'll go with that. King the Destroyer.
Well, Tim, you copied Jamie, and you were both wrong.
Yeah,
So,
Oh,
the
way to go.
answer in Fantastic Four 19, King the Conqueror made his first appearance, but as Pharaoh Ramatut. That was what he was originally known as. King has been known as
Jamie-
different names. Ramatut was the first one, but he's also been known as Immortus.
Jamie, you were close.
I know.
Just
I'm
looking over
very
your
upset
pa-
with myself.
Looking over your shoulder on your paper.
Yeah. Okay, so keeping into Ant-Man and Wasp, a Quantumania.
Water Mania.
Yeah. If you guys listened to my rant earlier, we need to know what was MODOK's first appearance.
Daredevil number 14.
Tales to Astonish Tales to Astonish 118.
Sonny, you had my stomach almost drop there because it's Tales of Suspense. Now, there's two answers, technically. If you look it up, there is two answers because he ends in one and starts in the next. So it's Tales of Suspense 93 and 94.
Wow.
So either answer. When you said Tales, I'm like, no.
Oh, close.
Sonny put
Winner
them hands
cigar.
up and looked straight ahead.
Yeah. He's like, I seen him go like this, and I was like, he got it. He's looking up right now, going, Tales.
He's got a big whiteboard with all these first appearances on it.
It's like, you ever see The Beautiful Mind, where he's like scribble, like Sonny's got that all on the wall
In my
front of
head.
him.
I've got that in my head, boys.
Oh my god. Okay. So, Jamie, you are the only one on the board with 1 point. I have 0. Sonny, you have 0. Question number 2. Back with Image Comics. Do you know what year Image Comics was founded?
Like the release of their first comic, or just when?
When the company itself was founded, what year was it?
1992.
I would say the same exact thing. I want Sonny, I don't want to copy you, but I'm not. 1993.
Jamie, sometimes you need to copy other people's answers because, Sonny, you are correct.
I know.
It is 1992.
See, I didn't want to be rude and be like, so, and then Sonny be like, Jamie got that point because he rode my coattails. Like,
sometimes it's okay to look over their shoulder. Yeah, 1992. That seems right.
yeah.
So there you go. Sonny, you're on the board. Jamie, you're on the board. I have big fat 0.
Okay, guys. Now we're still gonna keep it more with the Ant-Man stuff. So my question for you guys is: do you know? Okay, I'll give you a little history before. We're going with the first appearance of Ant-Man. We use Hank Pym, and that was in Tales to Astonish, number 27. But my question for you guys is: do you know how many pages was the first Ant-Man story, The Man in the Ant Hill?
How many pages?
6.
I'm not copying your answer this time because I got it wrong last time. I'll do a Price is Right and I'll go 7.
Tim is right.
No!
I give you a cheap point because Jamie was so close. Yes, Ant-Man's first story, The Man in the Ant Hill, was only 7 pages. We are all tied up.
Jamie, that point is a hollow point. I will take it. Yes, it will go in my pocket, but yeah, I robbed you of that.
I hate this game.
I love
Welcome
this
to
game.
welcome
It's
to 2023, guys.
All right, is it my turn? I want to move
It's
on.
your turn.
Okay. So we all know, if you guys watch the Codex Awards, our legacy character was Jason David Frank, with a slew of others that we have lost. So I'm going to keep this one Power Ranger, inclusive. So in the original series of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, what style of martial arts did Zack the Black Ranger practice?
Ooh,
I was gonna say Taekwondo.
Muay Thai.
It was his own style that they made up called hip hop keto.
No kidding.
You can look it up.
Keto.
No,
It is called hip hop keto.
After you said that, remembering when you and I watched the unauthorized Power
Mhm.
Rangers, he was slinging those tapes, hip hop keto. Man.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Let's see you steal the answer there, Timothy.
So we are all tied right now. My third question, I struggled so hard to come up with the third question today.
I'm just taking everybody's answers now.
Well, I figured I'd be generous, and once a year I'll give away points. So my third question is, how are you today?
Ooh.
I'm always wrong at this.
I am I'm alive. I'm
That was
still
that was gonna be
kicking.
my answer too. I'm alive.
Copying my coattails again.
Is that your final answer?
I'm alive and I'm motivated. I'm alive and I'm motivated and I'm well.
Okay, you know what? I got one out of the three.
You guys are so hesitant to answer this question. No tricks,
because
no nothing.
I'm waiting for Tim to be like wrong.
You are both wrong. There you go. No, you're both correct. Yes, you're wonderful. You're beautiful. You're fine. You're alive. And yes, you are talented. So points for both. There you go. It's the only time this year I'll give away 2 points.
All right. Okay. So now it's my question, and I'm giving no points away.
You saw it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, guys. So today we are reviewing God Country. So my question has to deal with God Country because I know we all read it. We've all enjoyed it. I'm guessing that we all enjoyed it. So my question is, do you know in God Country, what comic book does Ray Quinlan have in his room? I don't need the exact number.
Oh my God.
Invincible.
I feel. See, I don't want to copy because it sounds like I'm an idiot. Give me a second. Now I gotta go with Invincible.
Shouldn't have
Both wrong.
So,
Savage Dragon. No.
in the story,
Wildcats.
in issue 3,
Cyberforce.
Go a bit older. In issue 3, Ray Quinlan has the comic New Gods #1.
Ooh.
In the background is the
I never noticed
2.
that. See,
New
Sonny,
Gods.
you're the guy that gets the Easter eggs all the time. I just read it and go, "Oh my God, this is great."
I was reading it and suddenly I step out it. I'm like, there's Darkseid in the background. And I looked
That's
it up.
awesome.
And if you compare, it is New Gods #1 is in Ray Quinlan's room.
Okay.
All right. Well, here's the one for either me and Sonny are going to tie or Sonny's going to take the lead in this one. And me and Tim will tie.
Still tie. Both
You
of
can
you.
tie with. Yeah. Well, we're not talking about that because you're not going to get it right.
Oh, I am. Now I definitely am.
So we were talking about, indie publishers and some of our favorites from the Codex Awards. So my question is, do you know what was Brian K. Vaughan's very first published comic?
No, I don't know that, but I'm going to guess. No, okay.
Saga.
I think I do know. Why the Last Man?
And I had said Saga, so.
No, of course
No,
not.
it was a Marvel book. Tales from the Age of Apocalypse #2.
Of course.
Oh, wow.
Well, I'm out.
Well, me and Jamie win. And
so
this is my time. I could tell you guys that I'm also not just the champion.
Oh, you won the fantasy this year?
Just UFC Fight Calling League.
Oh.
5 years. 5-time champ.
5-time.
This week's Do You Know, ladies and gentlemen, is a tie between Sonny and Jamie.
I know. What a way to kick off the year.
There you go.
I think every year we've done this so far. Like the very first one we've done, me and Sonny have tied.
I'll have to go back and look at that to confirm. Do I know? No, but I will next week.
I don't think that there's ever been a time where like we started the year or started it and me and Sonny didn't tie and then just start talking crap to each other all the way to the end. And then we both just get 0 points like the next week.
Wow.
Yeah, we should definitely humble ourselves.
No, don't, because I want to win next week. So be not humble all week long.
So today we could say that, okay, then fine, Tim. We beat you today. We beat you, and now we move on to our review. But, actually first, I will do something for a little bit of editing purposes to make it easier on you. And I will reintroduce us. Okay. So, hello, everyone. Welcome to another Codex review. I am Sonny. Joining me today is Jamie and Tim. And today we are reviewing God Country. And as usual, Tim will start us off with the credits.
That is correct. So, God Country from Image Comics, ladies and gentlemen, written by Donnie Cates, with artwork that includes pencils and inks by Jeff Shaw. Colors go to Jason Wordy, and letters and design go to John J. Hill.
Okay, guys, I will get us started off with the story. And in God Country, we start off with the Quinlan family. We start off a few years ago in West Texas, actually quite a few years ago, more like decades ago. And there's a man, Emmett Quinlan, and he is elderly and he has Alzheimer's disease. And his son Roy is there trying to check up on him. And Emmett is not having it. He is screaming, he is yelling, and he even tells his granddaughter Dina to get the F out. But he does not hold back. He screams it. And now we got Roy's wife, Janie, is saying she wants to leave, and Roy is very conflicted because he's saying, I'm trying to help out my father, but I don't want to leave my family. And then a tornado hits. And this is a bad tornado, and it hits right where Emmett is. And suddenly, out of the tornado, there comes a monster, a demon from another dimension, and Emmett comes out with this huge sword, the Valifax, and he destroys this demon, and now he is doing good. He suddenly has his memory back. He's looking more clean shaven. He's doing good. Next thing, his family is glad to be with him again. Even Dina, she's like, oh, grandpa, and he's with his family. But a god comes to Earth, comes to Texas, and his name is Aristus. And this man is about, I don't know what to say, 10, 12 feet tall. He is, like I said, a god. And he and Emmett actually have quite a talk. They don't fight. And Emmett is telling him, Aristus is telling him how it rightfully belongs to his father. I'm just going to call him Adam, if that's how it's pronounced. And Emmett says, I can't give up the sword. He's like, I had Alzheimer's. I couldn't remember everything. And now I remember. I remember the good times, the bad times, but they're my memories. And so I can't give it up. I can't give up the sword. Valifax. So Aristus says, okay, I can understand that, but the next time we meet, it will not be as friends. We will not be allies the next time I meet you. We move the story on. Oh, but he says, what should I tell my father? And Emmett says, tell him, come and take it. And then, in the next issue, in issue 3, we see Emmett and Roy. They have a good heart-to-heart as father and son. Emmett heard Roy saying some things that he told his wife that he had prayed somebody would take his father away from him. But then the two talk, kind of getting along. And then even Emmett says, your mother hugged you too much. You were hugged too much. But then Adam's son, Baelgrim, comes down, and he brings the undead with him, and they are attacking everybody. And right as Emmett goes to attack Baelgrim goes and he takes Dina down. He takes her to another dimension, to hell. And since I did not mention, Valifax, the sword, is extremely powerful, extremely huge, and talks. Yeah, and can lead
extremely sentient.
Yeah. Yes, it is. So Emmett takes Valifax down to hell and eventually rescues Dina with the help of Valifax, because Baelgrim was about to get it. He tricks Emmett into seeing his wife, seeing the undead, but Valifax says, no, you're not worthy to take me. I will go back to Emmett. And Emmett literally beats Baelgrim to a pulp. I'm literally saying he literally beats him to a pulp. They return, but then now it is time for Aristus to come down to Earth. And it is time for the battle. And it is quite a battle between Emmett Quinlan and Aristus. And eventually Emmett's family sees him, and then he sees, like, oh, I'm scaring my granddaughter, so he starts to stop. And then Aristus says that you can fight me, you can kill me, whatever, but my father will not stop. He's going to keep coming, so you should just give up the sword. And Emmett says, okay, I know what I need to do. And he takes the sword and he says that he's going to go after Adam, and he even tells his son, he says, I have to try. So he goes to confront Adam for his sword, and that is where I will stop guiding us through the story, because that will lead us to the final issue, and what a final issue it was. I say, what a story this was, God Country. Right from beginning to end. It picks up quickly. You know what it's about, and the ending was like I don't want to give it away, but it was so powerful. There was especially one scene, and it deals with the sword. It deals with memories and passing them down, and it was like wow, it was extremely powerful, extremely emotional, and the action was great. The storytelling is truly phenomenal. I thought the artwork was good, but I think that with somebody else's artwork, I think it could have been the perfect story, but still good for the story. But like I said, I think the storytelling though was to me phenomenal, and in a 10, I think almost isn't even high enough to rate it. So with overall, with the storytelling, with the artwork, overall, I give God Country a 9.5. I think it's a terrific story. I recommend everybody checks it out. And now I'm interested in what you guys think of God Country.
Well, Sonny, a 9.5 is for God Country is well deserved. Jamie, when you sent me a copy of this trade, it was for Christmas, wasn't it, or was it
was
for
your
my
birthday.
That's right. I think the only thing you said was just sit down and read it. I think it was something along those lines. You
I
didn't.
told you this is one that you need to. You're gonna read the whole thing.
Yeah,
You need time.
And I did, by God. I sat down and I read that from cover to cover. This story enveloped me. It took me on a wild ride uh, from beginning to end. There was, I kid you not, it's not very often that a comic story really engages me in such a way that I feel a whole bunch of different emotions over the course of reading this book. And God Country did that. Excitement, anxiety, some sadness, maybe a tear or two, and happiness all mixed into one. Donnie Cates' writing on this is phenomenal. I think God Country is one of the best stories ever written in comic form. I would love to see this as a mini series or even a movie if that's possible, but I don't know if that could ever do the story justice.
Agreed.
Jeff Shaw's artwork, Sonny, I'm going to have to disagree with you just slightly on that. I think Jeff Shaw's artwork was perfect for this story. I think if it were any more stylized or less raw and gritty than it was, I don't think it would have made the story readable. Let's not forget colors and lettering and design from Jason Wordie and John Hill. The whole team on this, God, I think it goes without saying everybody did a wonderful job and brought Donnie Cates' whole story to life. This gets a very, very, very big 10 out of 10 from me.
Nice.
Yeah.
I remember when you called me the day after you read it.
Oh,
like,
dude.
I sat here and I did not stop until I finished this.
No.
Like, he's like, "What did you send me?"
I think the only other story that engaged with me that much was Marvel 1985.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
what you were saying.
Yep.
So with this story, I feel like because this was a love letter to families that are going through this. Because I know Donnie Cates has said in many interviews that he was going through with a family member. He didn't realize at the time. He just wrote it. Plus that's when he was doing drugs. So this resonated with me because I had family members like that that had passed away unfortunately from it. Especially dementia, Alzheimer's, all that. It's just not a fun time. Just how this is written. Like I remember my favorite, one of my favorite panels is when Emmett's sitting on the front porch with the sword, and his granddaughter walks over, like, "Can I play with it?" He's like, "Yeah, don't touch that." He's like, "Grandpa needs that."
Yeah.
Like, and she's like, "Well, you can go and I'll watch it." And he's like, "I can't be far away from it." Like, you could see the power there. Like, as much as he wanted to go play with his grandkids or go talk to his son or daughter-in-law, it was like he couldn't because he knew as soon as he stepped away, he's back to him.
Yep.
And he didn't want to revert back to that. And I thought that was something powerful. Like, I'm willing to stay here and carry this, not burden, but to some extent a burden to him. I'll carry this
Huge
weight
sword.
with me. Yeah, I'll carry this weight with me without a shirt on. And, I'll hold it as tight as I can because I need this to happen. I thought that the writing throughout this whole thing was phenomenal. This was actually the first book I got with Donny Cates writing that wasn't a Marvel title.
Interesting.
So because I was looking at his independent, because I was reading Thanos, what he was doing, and I was like, dude, this is so good. What do I do? And then I went right into like looking up old stuff he did for Image and Dark Horse and everything, and I found this, and I was like, okay, I'll try this. And boy, I loved every second of it. I gotta agree a little bit too with you, Sonny. I thought the artwork just did the right justice on this. As far as Jeff Shaw, like there's a lot of times Jeff Shaw and him mix well, and there's times that they don't. But this is one of the instances where I think they mixed well and they were on the same page literally the entire way through.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Now I got this in trade form. I don't know how it would be in single issue, but for me, this book, if I'm recommending it to you, it's a one sitting read. Like you can't put down the next issue and just be like, I'll come to the next issue tomorrow. No, you need to read this in its full entirety. So with that being said, overall for me, yeah, I'm going 10 out of 10.
Nice. Yeah, like I said, we agree. And very underrated, a classic story that we all recommend to everybody. And like you guys said,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm touching it, but yeah, it's a story that you'll just get through reading it next issue, and before you know it, it's done.
Yeah, and then you're sitting there and you're like, where'd that hour and a half go?
Right.
It went to beautiful storytelling and
Yes.
took you on a magical adventure. Do it again.
Yeah, definitely a story you could go back to again and again, and it's still going to be great every time.
This is one of those stories that
it's reread worthy.
Yes. Holy cow, yes. This is going to go on that stack with Marvel 1985 that I read every 3 to 4 months.
Yeah, and it is definitely a book that you can even if it's like you read it a week ago, you can still pick it back up and be like, you know what? There's like you did, Sonny. You found stuff that I missed, especially with the what do you call it? New Gods. Yeah. Like there's stuff you could pick up with that, and that's what's great about it is you'll notice stuff in that book that you didn't notice before, even if it's the most minor of details.
Yeah, and it will always entertain you every time. It's just great storytelling. Yeah,
Sonny's gonna have that posted right up in the back there next to those omnibuses.
Nice, yeah.
But yeah,
so everyone, I think we could say that wraps up our review for God Country. What an amazing story, and we definitely recommend that you all check it out.
And Sonny was a Debbie Downer and had to give it a 9.5 while the rest of us gave it 10s.
What can I say? You guys gave 10 out of 10s this year. I have given 0 or 10 out of 10s this year.
Yeah. Wait till the end of the year where they're like, Jamie only gave 1 10 out of 10, and that was for God Country. Sonny's giving out 11.
It's a pretty. I won't disagree with that. We'll see how it goes.
10 out of 10.
The end of the year.
Sonny will give out 51 out of 52. 10 out of 10.
Okay. Everything was a banger this year.
Guys,
yeah.
So what's next week's
to wrap it up? It will be me, and I will be picking the next story arc. And I'm not sure if it'll be next week or the week after. But guys, I think we should start this year off with some sex and violence.
Sex criminals?
So my pick is X-Force, Sex and Violence.
What in the world? What are the issue numbers?
Oh, so he's got to look.
I believe it's just story altogether. Like it's just X-Force, Sex and Violence, 1 through 3. So it's three issues.
Oh,
that's easy.
Okay.
So yeah,
is this a 90s storyline?
No, this is actually it's 2000s. It's the Sanctuary.
Ooh, okay. All right.
So we know it's going to be fantastic.
So one of my newest stories that I've picked out.
X-rated.
It's
only Sonny would pick out a title that's called Sex and Violence.
I think it's a great way to start the year off, you guys.
Oh,
with a bang.
Yes. Exactly. when you read the story, you'll be like, "Oh yeah, good thing I did say it. It does go with the story."
Dump truck.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, maybe I
But-
don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to stop. I can't wait to get into this.
Guys, yeah,
That's what
it's been a
she
great
said.
episode, a great beginning of the year. Yeah, we got through a lot of comic news. We had the Hypno Hustler join the F list. We
And
even
Jamie fixed them.
souped up the F list. You know, we tweaked it up a bit, and now we know what we'll do next time. And we'll let Jamie guess character's backstory. We had some Do You Know?
I don't
And
know if
then
I can
we had a
handle that
review.
next week.
It needs to happen now, every week.
Oh,
Every week.
God.
But now we could say we wrap up this first episode of the Codex podcast for the year 2023. I'm Sonny Kruger. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I will see you all next week at the next episode of the Codex podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for sticking with us from the beginning of the Codex podcast all the way to today. Say goodbye to 2022. Say hello to 2023. I'm glad you're here. I know they are too. Don't forget that you can find us on all the socials. All you got to do is type in the Codex Station. That is where we will be. Jamie will let you know about an awesome website that you can go to as well. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tim. This wonderful guy over here is Jamie. Down below is the immortal Sonny Kruger. We are the Codex Podcast. This is the Codex Station, and we will see you next time.
Yes, and guys, that website he is talking about is thecodexstation.com. It is your one-stop shop for everything Codex. Get your gear, meet the team, talk to us, let us know what you like, don't like. Find us on all the socials because they're all right there. Get some cool stickers that I don't like. It'd be a great time for all. Guys, a lot in the works this year. You know, we talked about that last year too, and we pushed a lot out. And this year's gonna be bigger, better with the full team that we have. Don't forget, don't miss out on the very first After Dark and Comic Character of the Week this week. Check those out. The first ones of the year, they're going to be a great one. And as I always say, guys, you never know what anyone's going through out there. Always be kind to one another. Even making someone smile can change the course of their day or life. So be kind. 2023, let's step up the game a little bit. Let's be better people. All right. And we will all see you next week.